Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, but I got to talk about something else first. So people keep asking me why I make two XRP videos now. Well, one video is more about what's going on throughout the world, all leading up to XRP moving all of the world's money. The other video is more directed right at XRP, where we talk about the SEC, on-demand liquidity, new projects getting built on top of XRP, things like that. So let's take a look at today's video. India to shut down banks for 20 days. Could you imagine if they shut down the banks in the US for 20 days? People complain that the bank is closed on Sundays. People would go crazy if this happened. So India's federal bank partners Ripple to use XRP for payments. Maybe they're going to implement XRP into the system while they're down for 20 days. We'll have to wait and see. We'll keep an eye on that. Yuan and ruble to replace dollar in Pakistan. Pakistan, among other nations, is brushing off the US dollar due to sanctions by making way for the Chinese yuan and Russian ruble. Again, every single country seems to be onboarding with Brics. At some point, they're going to collapse the US dollar. When they do, crypto is going to skyrocket. Every time the dollar falls in value, crypto takes off. Bank of England's speech last night. With the macroeconomic impact ensuing market developments, it is hard to avoid the conclusion that the fiscal easing announced last week will prompt a significant and necessary monetary policy response in November. So, in other words, a necessary monetary policy is coming in November. Why? Most likely because of ISO. But I believe England is definitely going to go with a CBDC because they have to fix these problems. These problems are growing, they're not going away. Just in, the Central Bank of Philippines thinks stablecoins have the potential to revolutionize both domestic and cross-border payments, more affordable, faster, and possibly even more efficient. Sounds exactly like XRP. Now, stablecoins, people fought around that. When you say XLM and XRP are going to be stablecoins, people think that that means they're going to be pegged to a dollar and that's it. But that's not what they're talking about as far as stablecoins. They're saying they're stable enough to move the world's money. Central bank reverse currency war breaking out amid dollar dominance. And right now, that's what we're in. We're in a currency war. People keep talking World War III and all that. That's not what's going to happen. We're in a currency war. Whoever wins this war is going to be the most dominant country. And right now, it's not looking good for the US. First off, we're very far behind with innovation. XRP is still sitting in a lawsuit also here in the US. But at some point, we're going to get a settlement, most likely when XRPs need it. And then they'll bring out an emergency situation and usher it in very fast. Russian Central Bank Governor Elvira Nabiullina hit with U.S. sanctions. New U.S. sanctions on Russia hits top officials, defense, and tech sectors. We know these sanctions are nonsense. But if you turn on the news here, all of a sudden, Biden hits Russia with sanctions. It doesn't look good for Russia this winter. People are going to have an economic fallout from these sanctions. But because we're in crypto and we talk about this all the time, we know Russia is already on board with the Brics nations, backing their digital currency by gold and winning the currency war. These sanctions are doing nothing to hurt Russia. What actually did was the pipeline, because that took a lot of power away from Russia, but it also hurt the people in the EU. And the thing is, people are going to die because of that this winter. That's the sad part. All of these man made crises and disasters all have fatalities. And the thing is, they're innocent people dying. For what? For these governments to get another step ahead of us in the future, to enslave us with, by CBDCs and a new world order? I mean, at some point, something's got to give. We cannot continue on like this. It's not right. And they're hurting a lot of innocent people. Algeria, Brics. Algeria has formally requested to join Brics. China welcomed the request, already welcomed by Russia. Algeria has called its 2005 association agreement with the EU a failed bet. Another country joining Brics, most likely because they see the US again weaponizing the dollar. New Brics currency that could be made extremely liquid and accessible through XRP. So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are discussing the possibility and prospects of creating a single currency backed by most likely gold. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But you see what's going on, and I know XRP is already used by Brazil and India and South Africa, and most likely Russia and China are on board with XRP also. Turkish central bank buys around 9 tons of gold in August, lifting its total purchases to 84 tons year to date, making it largest gold buyer this year. And we also know Turkey is looking to join Brics. Country after country. Eventually, they're all going to pull out of the dollar at once, and the dollar is going to fall. At that point, you better be invested in XRP because these cryptos are going to skyrocket at that point. Dow Jones officially under 29,000 for the first time in almost 2 years. Here's another mess. So the Dow Jones, I believe, is headed into a correction. I think it's an 8 to 10 year correction. You can't go upwards for 100 years without coming back down drastically. So this isn't looking good. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money in the Dow very soon. Opinion. In a single week, Britain has gone from being one of the many nations facing fierce economic headwinds to being a financial basket case. Its currency plunging, bond yields and mortgage rates rising, and pension funds scrambling to stay afloat. Now, here's the thing again, innocent people about to lose all of their life savings. And again, because it's mishandled by their government. And on top of that, I believe these governments are forcing these systems to fail. They want the old system out and usher in a new system. But they have casualties, real people suffering because of it. I still believe crypto is one of the best chances at financial freedom. The alts that did well last cycle are probably not going to be the same alts that do well this cycle. You have to pick crypto projects with a great team and solving a real problem. Like we see XLM banking the unbanked, XRP cross-border payments moving the world's money, XDC trade, and there's a lot of other utility-driven cryptos that have real-world use case also. That's how you get your financial freedom. I would never put money in the stock market because first off, I know people that were in stocks for like 10 years and they boasted how they got 20, 30% gains. We could get that in a single day in crypto. It looks like a much safer bet also because crypto is the technology of the future. We see it day after day moving forward. More and more real world use cases. Value, lots of value in these cryptocurrencies. We're just not seeing the price reflect that value. I believe XRP is so undervalued at this point. When it finally does take off, it's going to shock a lot of people, as well as a lot of other cryptocurrencies too. But again, we got into crypto because we do want financial freedom in the future. That was the vision that we had when we got in. And that vision is still alive today. But now we're so close. I believe we're right on the horizon of XRP truly taking off. I mean, we have so much happening right now. That settlement can come in at any moment. On top of that, all the relistings will happen, pushing the price who knows where in the near future. On top of that, ISO is right around the corner. We have Flare going live soon. I think we just got a date on Flare. I'll talk about it in the other video that I'm going to do today. But so many things look so good for XRP holders at this point. Now's the time to just sit back and be patient. Because while the rest of the world is falling apart XRP is going to skyrocket. That's why I make these videos showing you current events throughout the world. You could see it piece by piece all coming together. And on top of that, you see how much faster it's moving now. I remember it was just months ago, you might have heard one little announcement from the Brics. Now it's announcement after announcement, country after country jumping on board. It's very, very crazy times right now. But the thing is, I believe a whole narrative shifted inside of crypto. I think it's going to be a utility-driven run, and we don't know how long that run's going to last, but I do know it's going to make us rich. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.